Every year, dozens of Southern Oregonians go to bed on pain medication and never wake up.
According to the Jackson County Health Department tonight, the pill problem is now an epidemic. But right now, a group of Southern Oregon medical experts are on the forefront of change. The Opioid Prescribers Group, or OPG, started in 2011, and tonight they're releasing new guidelines to change the way the Rogue Valley treats people with pain. Something as simple as doing the dishes seemed impossible to Michelle Maricos for a decade. She says it simply hurt too much.
I missed a lot of opportunities. I spent many days in bed.
You see, back in 2003, Maricos says a sorority sister pushed her off a second-story porch.
Another kid went with me off the porch. He landed on me and I landed on my head.
She broke 3 vertebrae, and it wasn't just the injury, but the medicine doctors would give her to ease her pain that would bring her life to a screeching stop.
I have no reason to get out of bed, so I'll just stay in bed and be depressed.
Maricos was on a cocktail of opioids, oxycodone, oxycontin, morphine sulfate, and more. But they really never made her feel better. In fact, a study from the University of Washington shows opioids are less than 30% effective in treating chronic pain, and the risk of abusing them is high.
We have more people dying in our county, in our state, in the country than we have dying from motor vehicle accidents. Just overdosing on painkillers.
Jackson County Health Director Jim Shame says decades ago, Oregon was on the forefront of treatment, but now leads the country in pill abuse. Dozens of people in Jackson County alone die every year from overdosing.
We are a state with a big problem, and we are a county with a big problem in that state.
But this is a room of medical experts who may be on their way to a solution.
We do not prescribe medications.
They're just some of 70 members of the Southern Oregon Opioid Prescribers Group. Over the last 3 years, and with the help of $300,000 in grant money, the group finished a book of guidelines for local doctors. It suggests non-opioid treatments like therapy, both physical and psychological.
Pain sort of gets embedded within our body, and so one of the ways that we can sort of bring it forward is to talk about it.
Clinical social worker Laura Hesacker says it's about learning to live with the pain.
Constantly, recognizing when your mind is sort of, off somewhere where it's not helping you.
I find tremendous success with alternative therapies.
Central Point family practitioner Dr. Brandon Hull has been following the OPG guidelines for the last 6 months. He says it's a major shift in the way he treats patients with pain.
It adds extra time because I am explaining to my patients that we're not singling them out. They're not bad people. They're taking medication that has a higher risk.
He assesses every pain patient's risk of addiction, even checking their urine for signs of drug use. The next step for OPG is trying to get more doctors like Hull on board. It's a big job, but Michelle Maricos knows it will be worth it.
I'm proud of myself. I'm amazed by it.
In July, Maricos went to the Mayo Clinic to taper off the pills and get therapy. Therapy she continues here at home once every week.
I don't believe I could ever go back.
She's now pill-free, not pain-free, but learning to live with it. And living, she says, makes the hard work worth it.
I don't want to be back in bed. I don't want to be the person that I was. I don't want to have severe depression. And I like being clear-headed.
And tomorrow night in part 2 of our series on the pill problem and treating chronic pain, I'll take a closer look at therapy for pain treatment. Does it really lessen pain? That's tomorrow night at 6 o'clock.